Alright, let's write another opinion essay. This one is from IELTS Academic 15. As usual, we need to spend some time on this statement to understand it. In the future, nobody will buy printed newspapers or books because they will be able to read anything they want online without paying. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? So it's about reading and the availability of online content. And we should say either we agree or disagree. Now it's time to decide. You could take either side of this continuum and say either you totally agree or totally disagree. It's fine to take either side. So if you say I totally disagree or I disagree, you will only need two reasons to support the side you take. And the same is true for the other side. If you say I totally agree or I agree, you will only need two reasons to support that side. But it's fine if you say I partially agree or I agree to some extent. It's also possible to do that, but it becomes a little bit complicated. That's why mostly teachers encourage their students to take only one side, to say either they agree or disagree. In this one, I'm going to show you how it works if you say I partially agree. So let's do it. I partially agree with this, so I'll need two reasons to support the agreement side. Reason one, I think it's easy to access. Also, it's cheap or free. The second reason, it's more environmentally friendly, right? Now, since I said I partially agree, I need to also mention the other side as well. So the opposite side actually. I'll say some people like printed books, so it's likely that people continue reading printed newspapers or books. So see how it works? If you say I partially agree, you will also need to mention the other side. But if you just say I agree or I disagree, you will need only two reasons to support the side you take. So it's time to write, and the first thing we write is the paraphrase. This is my paraphrase. Printed newspapers and books are anticipated to become obsolete, making way for their digital counterparts. Now, in order to complete my introduction, I need to answer the question. I partially agree with this, as the convenience of accessing content online without monetary constraints will encourage more people to use electronic devices for reading. I will write 5 paragraphs for this. In my first body paragraph, I will mention the first reason and develop that. And the second one, I will mention the second reason and develop that as well. And the third one, I will mention the other side, the opposite side, and will provide a reason for that. And finally, in my conclusion, I will summarize all the main points and restate my opinion. So reason one, it's easy to access and also it's cheap or free. The accessibility of online content across various platforms has reshaped how people consume information. Now I need to explain how. Regardless of location and time zones, readers can access their desired content with a simple click. Moreover, the information can be conveniently stored in virtual spaces, allowing readers to read the content on different devices. Now, the second one I said is cheap or free. Additionally, traditional printed materials often involve manufacturing and distribution costs, but the elimination of these costs in the digital realm enables publishers to provide their content at minimal or no charge to the readers. Now, the second one, it's environmentally friendly. Furthermore, so I want to add the second one, I use furthermore. Furthermore, this digital shift aligns with the current global emphasis on sustainability. I need to explain. Printed versions demand paper production, which contributes to deforestation and environmental degradation. Transitioning to digital formats can reduce the ecological footprint significantly and help conserve valuable natural resources. Now, the third one, the opposite side, some people like printed books. Despite the advantages of digital reading, it is important to acknowledge people's emotional connection with physical books. I need to explain. Printed materials carry sentimental value, often reminding individuals of moments associated with reading. More explanation. The experience of turning pages and the sense of a new book are irreplaceable in the digital world. Now, my concluding sentence. Therefore, it is likely that printed materials will continue to hold a special place in the hearts of many. Now, it's time to conclude. I'll start with the conclusion. I will summarize reason 1 and reason 2. I will restate my opinion, and finally, I will mention the opposite side. In conclusion, the shift from printed newspapers and books to digital versions offers many advantages in content consumption, such as convenience, sustainability, and affordability. The reason 1 and reason 2. Now my opinion. This is appealing to most people, and it will soon substitute printed versions. Now the other side. However, the sentimental attachment of some people to printed books may keep the publishing world alive. I wrote 283 words for this essay, and I organized it in 5 paragraphs. In the first one, I simply paraphrased and answered the question. In my first body paragraph, I developed reason 1. In the second one, I developed reason 2. In the third one, I mentioned the opposite side and developed that as well. And finally, in my conclusion, I summarized all the main points and restated my opinion. In this slide, you can find the points that gave cohesion to my writing. You could pause, take a screenshot, and have a read. And in the next 3 slides, you will find the useful phrases and collocations from my essay that you could also use in yours. Alright, hope you found it useful. Have a nice day.